Welcome back to the closing bit of our event. We are at the time to hand over awards. I must say that in the past 2 days, we have heard from very experienced speakers and we've heard about a lot of things that have been happening in the continent so far as arbitration and alternative dispute resolution is concerned. So I think that the award team is going to have a very, very tedious work to work out who the winner for this year will be. But in the meantime, let me focus on the winners of the award winners of the 2020 year. The AfAA Award 2020 in the category of arbitrator / alternative dispute resolution practitioner of the year. The winner is Olufuke Adekoya San, the Senior Advocate of Nigeria. The AfAA Award 2020 in the category of Lifetime Achievement of the Year goes to Christopher Bayo Ojo San. The AfAA Award 2020 in the category of Mentor of the Year. There are 2 winners, Dr. Professor Emilia Onyema and Kamal Shah. The AfAA Award 2020 in the category of Young Arbitrator / ADR Practitioner of the Year. The winner is Dr. Sally El Sawar. The AfAA Award 2020 in the category of Regional Arbitration Award of the Year. The winner is Nigeria. The AfAA Award 2020 in the category of African Institution of the Year. The winner is the Cairo Regional Center for International Commercial Arbitration. The AfAA Award 2020 in the category of Diversity Champion. The winner is the Cairo Regional Center for International Commercial Arbitration. The AfAA 2020 Award in the category of Publication of the Year. The winner is the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, Kenya branch. The AfAA Award 2020 in the category of Innovation in Arbitration of the Year. The winner is African Arbitration Academy. The AfAA 2020 Award in the category of Support of African Arbitration. The winner is the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, UK. This will be dispatched to them by courier, and those who wouldn't be able to receive theirs by courier, hopefully will receive that in the next conference, at the next conference. I now invite Dr. Salim to take over and give the closing remarks.
Thank you very much, Julius. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure and an honor for me to provide the closing remarks of this very successful conference. And before illustrating what has been mentioned in this conference, I have some remarks regarding the African Arbitration Association. It is truly my honor and my delightment to be part of the board of directors of the African Arbitration Association. As expected, the African Arbitration Association is a great success because Africans are very professional. This is the experience that I have witnessed being part of this notable organization. It has been very well managed. The Secretariat has done a very hard work and a very professional work in order to ensure that everything relating to the management of this organization is done as perfectly as possible. Also, this organization has tried and endeavored to remove all barriers between Africans, whether they are Anglophone or Francophone or Arabophone, or even we are struggling because we also want to include the Lusophone Africans and also the Francophone Africans. And I have to thank Julius Nekafo, a board member, of course, and the master of ceremony of this very successful conference. And this very successful conference is just one example of the marvelous work done by the African Arbitration Association. So, and this association is showing the world that Africans merit to serve as arbitrators much more than they actually do, and that African institutions, African arbitral institutions and ADR institutions, they do merit a closer look. And institutional diversity would trigger diversity in appointment of arbitrators. So the way this organization is professionally managed, the way the conferences of this notable organization are organized, whether from the managerial and logistical level, as well as the content, I'm certain that all the participants have learned a lot from the notable speakers and from the content of this conference. And you will see even how the African Arbitration Association has dealt with the challenges of the pandemic and how the technology was managed in order to ensure that everyone is aware of every session. So we have received emails for every session, and you will see that the conference has went very smoothly. If we, in terms of numbers, 370 persons participated to this conference. And I can tell you, and I am proud, although the African Arbitration Association aim to promote arbitration within Africa, to promote African seats of arbitration, to promote African arbitrators, to promote African institutions. But we can see that the interest in the African Arbitration Association is not exclusive to Africa. The participants, they come from all over the world, as well as the speakers. The speakers, they are not exclusively Africans. They also came from among our friends from all the continents. So you see that the AfAA is not only a matter of Africa, but it's a matter of a cooperation between all practitioners in different continents, but with a focus on what Africa deserves. If I have in front of me now the list of participants, we have 370 participants from Accra, from Algeria, from Amsterdam, from Cairo, including from the Cairo Regional Center, from Cameroon, from Casablanca, from Egypt, from France, from Gaborone, from Geneva, from Ghana, from Hong Kong, China, from India, from Iran, from Kampala, from Kano State, Nigeria, from Kenya, from Kigali, Rwanda, from Kuwait, from Lagos, from Lausanne, Geneva, from London, from Nairobi, from the Netherlands, from Nigeria, of course. Of course, the list of participation from Nigeria comes on top because, of course, of the number. This is the most populated country in Africa. From Paris, from the Philippines, from Port Harcourt, from Rwanda, from South Africa, of course, from Senegal, from Spain, and from Switzerland, as I have mentioned, from Gambia, from The Hague, from Tunisia, from the United Arab Emirates, from the UK, from the United States, from Vienna, from Zambia, from Zimbabwe, and from very notable law firms. I would say dozens of major law firms, whether located, international law firms located everywhere, including in Europe, or law firms within Africa, from several lawsuits, from the UN, from the UNCITRAL. We were honored to have the Secretary General of the UNCITRAL among the speakers. From several ministries, including the Ministry of Justice of Egypt, by way of example, and several universities, several law firms, and other arbitral institutions. So this reflects the importance of the AfAA and the informative aspects and the well-chosen subjects of this conference. Also, the process I have witnessed as a board member, the process of choosing the speakers, the expression of interests that were required, and the committees that were constituted in order to choose the subjects and to choose the speakers. This very professional work has led to the success of this conference. Instead of illustrating, I have under my hands a summary of all what has been discussed in this conference. And I have to thank my colleague at Corsica, Audrey Plez, who has helped me very much in taking notes of each session. We have had 8 sessions, so this conference took place in 2 days. We had 2 morning sessions and 2 afternoon sessions every day, and like the ICA conferences and the major conferences, in the afternoon sessions there was a subdivision between 2 panels. So there was a diverse issues of reform and innovation in international dispute resolution. So the title of this conference was very well reflected in the titles of each panel. Without embarking to summarize what has been mentioned in every panel, I would suggest to the Secretariat General to benefit from the effort that has been done by my colleague Audrey Plez and myself in summarizing all what has been mentioned in this notable conference. And after a review, we can share the summary of this conference so that all the participants can benefit from a summary of all what has been discussed by the distinguished speakers. To summarize very, very briefly, I am glad that this conference has dealt with all the subjects of actuality. It has dealt, by way of example, with the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement issues, this agreement that has entered into force at the beginning of this year. It is the second most big trade blog worldwide after the WTO. So it's a very important agreement. This conference has dealt with the reform of the investor-state dispute settlement regime, and this is also a subject of actuality dealt with by the UNCITRAL, and you have seen and you have witnessed what the efforts of the UNCITRAL in order to reform and improve the system of arbitration, of investment arbitration between state and investors. And also in every session, we dealt with what is happening worldwide and its effect on Africa and on African states. We have also, the name of our organization is the African Arbitration Association, but we were very sensible in dealing with mediation and with ADR. There were two very interesting sessions on mediation, dealing with the importance of mediation in general and the cultural aspects of mediation, as well as another session which has focused, a very interesting session which has focused on the Singapore Convention on international settlement agreements resulting from mediation, which has been ratified in which has been signed in 2019 only by 53 states, but ratified only by 6 states, but it remains a very important instrument that has been, that we had to deal with. This conference has also dealt with the African BITs, and the new generation of BITs, with an overview on the past and the future of BITs. It has dealt with international investments in general and the intra-African investment and how to deal with it. This conference has also dealt with a very important subject, which is the Belt and Road Initiative, the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative, which impacts at least 60 countries, including the African countries. This conference has also dealt with very innovative subjects such as human rights and arbitration, and the Hague rules on regulating the relation between business and human rights, and the UN guidelines pertaining thereto. It has also dealt with the efficiency of arbitration and the view of the youth, the rising stars in arbitration, the next generation of arbitrators. How do they see how we can improve the system and make arbitration more cost-effective? And then finally came the awards, and these awards are well merited for those who won it. And I can tell you that there has been a very rigorous and professional process in order to designate the winners. It was not relying on emails and or voting through emails, but there has been a commission that has studied very well all the proposed candidates or the achievements of all the proposed candidates to win these awards. And so you have seen this conference has witnessed the announcement of the winners. Anyway, whoever won or did not win, I believe that we are all winners, because now there is much more awareness of the role of Africa in international arbitration and the role that Africans can play in arbitration, whether in person through serving as arbitrators or international arbitrators and serving as counsel and international counsel and experts in international arbitration, not only those arbitrations involving Africa, but also, why not, outside Africa, and exporting African talents to outside the continent, and also the awareness on the importance of regional centers and the added value that regional centers in Africa can bring to improve diversity and improve the administration of domestic and international arbitration. And also who believe in Africa and who believe in the AfAA and have contributed to the success of the AfAA and the success of this conference. They are our friends and they are our brothers and sisters as well as the Africans. And I hope that we will see the participants, we will see the speakers in the next AfAA conference. And I hope that the next AfAA conference will be held in person and that we will all be united in defeating this unprecedented pandemic, and we will prevail. I thank everyone who participated in this conference, all the organizers and all the participants, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Salim. I think you have done an incredible job in summarizing the 2 days conference. So good that you covered everything in few minutes. Well done to you. I think it's truly outstanding. And while you are there, can I just let everyone know that Salim is the proud head of an organization that won 2 of the 10 awards that were handed out because of the outstanding work that they do in the Cairo International Arbitration Center. So well done, Salim. And another thing I'll say to everyone now, I think there is a hand up. Fui's hand is up. Sorry, I can see Fui's hand up. Fui, did you want to say something?
Sorry, Julius, I just want to congratulate you for chairing the program session.
Thank you so much.
Program.
Thank you. I'm grateful to you. Just to say that the sessions will be available on the Hoover app for the next 6 months. And everyone could interact with everyone again, with all the attendees for that period of time. So make sure you go back to your app and make the maximum use of it. All the documents, the presentation, slides and everything, again, will be available for people to view for that period of time. You could download them if you want to and save them. I think they're very, very useful material. I haven't come across this in a very long time in the arbitration world. I think it's quite rich, and I encourage everyone to make maximum use of that. I can see another hand up. I am mindful of the fact that we are at the close of the event, but I'll just take that one. Mr. Bonki, John? Did you want to say something? Okay, I can't hear you. I think on that note, we will call the event to a close, and I thank everyone for participating and looking forward to seeing everyone physically in Accra next year, same time. Thank you.